What is going on, everybody? My name is Tyler, but over here on the interwebs I'm normally known as Tyler.psd, and I'm coming at you live today once again, bringing you another new series, because it seems like every video I decide to upload on this channel starts a new series of some sort. But basically what I want to do is a series of movie reviews. So if you're watching this video right now, watch it all the way through, and then once you're finished watching, go ahead and leave me a comment below on whether you like it or dislike it. Actually, just tell me if you like it or not, because if you don't like it and you want to hate on me in the comment section, your comment's probably going to get removed fairly quickly, so I wouldn't advise towards doing that. But leave me a comment telling me if you liked it, or at least give me some sort of constructive criticism on what I can do for the next episode. But rambling aside, let's get into today's movie. And today we're going to be talking about The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, this movie came out a little while ago, about 2 years ago now. And I saw it when it came out, and I saw it again when it came out on DVD. And I actually just recently watched it again when it was launched on Netflix. So I was like, okay, it's put on Netflix. Basically everybody and their mother has Netflix, so I may as well do a review on whether or not I liked it and whether or not you should go ahead and go see it, especially since it's more readily available on Netflix. So, The Wolf of Wall Street. It's a Martin Scorsese directed film. It has Leonardo DiCaprio, it has Jonah Hill, it has Matthew McConaughey, it has Kyler Chandler. The cast is pretty unreal. Like, it's one of those casts that's like, you got your big shot name, like Leonardo DiCaprio is pretty high up there, and then obviously Matthew McConaughey. All of them are pretty high up there, but they're the kind of cast that's like, okay, bang, hit you in the face, I'm an underrated actor, but obviously I'm having my come up now. Especially back then, because that was around the time that Jonah Hill was kind of turning his life around and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to see that cast working together, especially since Leonardo DiCaprio's character and Jonah Hill's character are basically the two main guys, and they like to have a lot of banter. So let me do a little bit of a quick summary for this, and I'm going to try to avoid as many spoilers as I possibly can, but obviously it's really hard to summarize a movie without giving you a little bit of information on what goes on. So if you guys don't know who Jordan Belfort is, I would do a Google search on him, look up some of his autobiographies, and yes, you can look it up without getting spoilers about the movie, because most of the stuff in the movie, and correct me, or forgive me, and correct me, I guess, if I'm wrong, but most of the stuff that goes on in the actual film, not about the character, but the stuff that actually happens in the film is kind of played up compared to what his actual life experiences were. So Jordan Belfort, search him up on Google, come back to this video after you've done that, and you've got a rough idea of what that character is like. So basically, Jordan Belfort, at the early stage of life, he always knew that he wanted to be rich. So how is he going to achieve that? Not only by being an entrepreneur, but by getting somewhere into the stock market. So at first he owned a business, which they didn't actually show in the video, but he owned a business and that flopped. So he decided, okay, what's the fastest way to make money? The stock market. At the time it was the stock market anyways, which unfortunately went quickly downhill as soon as the movie started, because when he just got the taste of the stock market, he went ahead and went through school to be a stockbroker, of course, and that's when the stock market crashed. Now, he's out of a job. He's looking for some sort of replacement job. He's looking into everything. This was a very smart move by Scorsese to kind of give a realistic touch to the movie at this point, when he was out of job and he was looking and the stock market wasn't doing anything for him, and he was living in an apartment and he was starting to get lower and lower on the scale of having to do something like a retail job or something like that. And in one of the scenes, he's about to take a retail job. Not going to go super far into that, because of course that's going to lead to spoiling the entire movie. But eventually he finds a place as a stockbroker selling things called penny stocks. Now, penny stocks are low-end, low-budget companies for stocks, but you get a much higher return on them. So he gets into this, and he's really fucking good at it. So basically, he would, how do I put this without spoiling the movie? Basically, he sold a lot of stock, and he made a lot of money. And from there, he built a company named Stratton Oakmont, which is the company that he started back in the 80s, and he grew the company to be just absolutely huge. At first, he was doing things legally, then he got into things illegally, and it basically spiraled up till he was ridiculously filthy rich. Like, Jordan Belfort was unbelievably rich, like rich to the point where you could buy a new fucking 150-foot yacht every day of your damn life rich. Did he get there legally? No. And that's where all the drama comes in. Now, this movie is labeled as a drama movie, but it's more of a comedy movie that just throws a whole bunch of twists and turns and shit at you, and that's where the drama comes from. That's how you get the dramatic feel of the movie. And overall, the story kind of surprised me in many places, and that's why I would classify it as a drama, even though it's more of a comedy than a drama in a literal sense. But I really like the way that the direction was going with the movie. I really liked the way that the characters were portrayed, and I really liked how realistic to a point that it was, because you can basically see yourself being in that position, and you can see yourself doing everything that Jordan Belfort does in the story in that position. So that was pretty cool. A couple complaints that I had about the movie, one of which was that a lot of the scenes, actually, well, I guess a fair majority of them, I wouldn't say all of them, but a fair majority of the scenes were pretty cheesy. I felt like the movie was trying way too hard to appeal to an audience of my age group, late teens, early like college students, things like that. There was a lot of sex, there was a lot of drugs, there was a lot of everything just thrown at you, and it basically wanted, like, the movie was trying way too hard to make you want to be rich rather than actually telling the story of a filthy rich man. Like, I understand that it's pretty hard to tell that story without making somebody aspire to be like that, and that's the thing, though. It didn't feel like he was trying to push you to become the best of yourself. He was trying to push you to do those things illegally to get there. So that was the one little gimmick that I had that was it turned me off a little bit of the movie. Other than that, there was a couple actors in the cast that didn't really do their job as best as they could have. One actor in particular, which I'm not going to say, kind of drove me to drink because he did not stay in character at all. But other than that, most of the acting was pretty good in the movie, which I enjoyed, because I think that would be such an awesome character to play, Jordan Belfort, just being a rich fucking asshole prick that does so many drugs on a daily basis and drives 6 Lamborghinis every day. Ultimately, the movie tells the story in a sense that, yes, you can succeed in life, yes, you can cheat to get there, and even if you're a good person, Jordan Belfort was a good person, but it was way down there, deep inside his heart. But basically, the story that it tries to portray to you in the end is that, yes, you can go through highs and lows, and you can be as rich as possible, and you can go from being as rich as possible to being as low down there as possible, and you can still make something out of your life. Like, in the end, Jordan Belfort is now an author, and he does lectures and things like that, and it's all because of his life experiences, and he can teach people nowadays things that they wouldn't know of through life experiences, because he's basically been through it all. I mean, going, like I said, from the highest of high, you're rich, you have so much money, you feel good all the time because of the drugs, you have a beautiful wife, you have a huge mansion, hundreds of cars, a 150-foot yacht, helicopters, things like that, and you can go from that to getting caught by the FBI, going to jail, and basically losing everything in your life. And then you can pick it right back up again And although you don't have the greatest life in the world again, because he cleans out, he sobers out, and turns into somebody that's very respectable. And in the end, that's all that really counts, is if you can make an impact on this earth while being respectable. That's what anybody can really ask for, and that's what ends up happening in the end of the movie. So I would say that it's a yes, go watch it movie. Some of the things in the movie will kind of turn you off, especially if you're a hardcore critic of movies. But if you just want to have a movie and sit back, kick back and relax for one night and watch a pretty decent movie, then go ahead and watch The Wolf of Wall Street, because I would definitely recommend this to many of my friends, especially since it's a pretty long film. Its runtime is 3 hours, I think, or like 2 hours and 50 minutes, something like that. So it's definitely a longer movie, and it definitely isn't a boring movie, which is a good thing, obviously, for a longer movie. So if you guys want a movie that you can go watch on Netflix right now, then I would recommend The Wolf of Wall Street. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Again, thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Leave me a comment down below on whether or not you like the movie if you go and watch it, and obviously leave me some constructive criticism or tell me what you want to see in the next movie review. But yeah, that's basically it for me today, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.